How's it going, guys? Just finished watching Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS episode 10. Now, last episode we had the speed duel between Revolver and Yusaku over the fate of what will happen to Aoi. Now, in this episode we see the continuation of the duel that we had in the last episode, and if you watched the preview for this episode last week, then you know for a fact that the episode was going to end in a draw. The episode, the duel. So yeah, I thought it was going to be Yusaku, the one that initiates the draw with the trap card that he activated. But it turns out that it was Revolver who initiated the draw, and I do believe he did it on purpose. In fact, I'm pretty damn sure he did it on purpose, just so that he would be able to go all out in a master duel. So we get to have 5 monster zones, 5 spell and trap card zones, and 4,000 life points. How much life points does a speed duel have? Is it 2,000 or 4,000? Probably 2,000, right? Makes sense. But before that duel actually got finished, Yusaku used a data storm and got a new card, which we saw a little like shimmer of it, even though he wasn't able to use it in that duel. And I believe that was Firewall Dragon, Yusaku's true ace monster. So when we see that being used, that'll be pretty awesome. Don't know its effects just yet. I need to do a little bit of research to see what it does. But in the preview for the next episode, apparently you can see a little glimpse of Revolver's real ace monster as well. You know, one of those 3,000 attack point ones. So yeah, holy hell. So all the ace monsters I think are going to be coming out in the next episode, I believe. Now, if I'm honest, I thought something was going to happen a little bit different in this episode. I thought when Revolver said that, oh, this is all going towards my plan now that Yusaku's using the data storm to get his card, I thought that when they sort of sent a card in, I thought the card that Yusaku was going to take was going to be one of the hacked Hanoi cards, and that was going to corrupt Yusaku somehow, or steal his A off him, or just do something to him. But it was actually the card that Revolver used, that field spell, which happened to be really, really broken because it was the perfect counter for Cyberse decks. Because what does it do? It stops all Cyberse monsters from attacking and doing anything. It's like they don't exist. So yeah, that was a bit broken. I'm not too sure how Yusaku's going to get over that, but it'll be interesting to see. But that reminds me of another thing. So the guy that Revolver was talking to, or the guy that was talking anyway, that old chap, that's Revolver's dad, because he calls him father at one point. So who's the person in the like first aid bed that we saw a couple episodes ago? Is that like his friend or something? I actually have no idea. Do you guys know? Let me know. Now, I have a little bit of a theory. Obviously, they're fighting in the middle of one of the data storms, like the center of the storm. It's always calm in the middle of the storm, you know. But I think the only way people can have access to these master duels in the VR space, I don't know, I'm just guessing at the moment. You can probably do master duels whenever you want. But I think that if 2 people use the data storm ability, 2 tornadoes, they combine together, and that's what allows them to get sucked up into this world. I don't think that's the case. I feel like I've just made that up. In fact, I'm pretty damn sure I've just made that up. But there you go. That's their theory. Why not? Now, Revolver's playstyle was actually quite interesting because with a name like Revolver being the main antagonist of the series, and with the boss monster we saw in the last episode, you think he'd be a non-stop aggressive kind of opponent, just like attack, kind of like a Jack Atlas, very offensive style. But he's actually very capable of creating like a defensive wall, which shuts down his opponent, because that, I can't remember what its name was, it was like a barrier dragon monster. It was really effective, and I wouldn't be telling a complete truth if I said I fully understood that monster and the field spell, because it was like, depending on how many monsters on the field or something, you can't summon links of above or below. You guys clarify that for me, but I think the dragon monster, the defensive one, every bit of light it has. So if it has 4 lights, you can summon a link 4. If it has 2 lights, you can only summon link 2 or below. I think that's the case. Let me know if you know properly. I'd appreciate it. But as we see as well, Yusaku is very capable of sort of adapting to this playstyle as well, because Revolver got all his monsters into defense, shut down Yusaku for a while, but Yusaku was able to do the same thing and get some monsters in his defense himself. He even managed to get off Decode Talker and Encode Talker out at the same time, which was pretty damn cool. And obviously their links were working together, but Revolver shut that down pretty damn quick with his abilities. Now, Ignis actually disappears in this episode, or which Yusaku calls him. I'm probably going to keep calling him Ignis, because Ignis rolls a little bit more off the tongue, and you might think I'm like stuttering if I start saying things like, oh, I like it when I is talking to an I. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it rolls off the tongue quite well, so I'm going to keep calling him Ignis for now, unless it becomes very plot significant later on. Why not? Because all the Cyberse creatures cease to exist in this duel now because of the field spell, that means that so does Ignis in the duel thing. And in the preview for the next episode, we see him completely detached from Yusaku's duel disc, which to me heavily implies that Yusaku may lose, but because of the stakes involved in this duel, I don't know. This is one of the first times where I am really, really unsure what's going to happen in the next episode. I actually can't tell you who's going to win. I don't even want to make a guess. If I'm going to make a guess, worst case scenario, they have another draw. That'd be the knife in the heart. Like, why would they do this? Just let one of them lose. Why not? But I'm going to say Yusaku's going to lose in the next episode. Yeah, I think he's going to put a really good try. Oh, I don't know actually, because then if we get the reveal of Yusaku's new ace monster and he still loses, then that's a bit depressing really. That's not very good for his ace monster. But then again, if we've got Revolver getting out his ace monster and he loses, then that says not very much about Revolver as well. Ooh, it's a conundrum. Let me know what you guys think. Who do you think is going to win in the next episode? Who do you think is going to lose? Do you think it'll be a draw? And how annoyed would you be if it was a draw? But other than that, guys, I want to know what you thought in the comment section below. Not too much to say, really. This is a very duel-heavy episode. Not too much plot was revealed. Little bits and pieces. In fact, one little extra tidbit we might as well mention. Not the Knights of Hanoi. The soul people, the ones that are like the chess pieces. They're like, how can they control the data storms? Could it be him or something along them lines? So they're very aware of who this could be. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought in the comment section below. Don't forget to leave this video a like, and thanks for watching.